everybody, it's Chris Eads, Wootini over at GaymerX here with another weekly video podcast. This would have been the podcast where I talked all about GaymerX, the first ever LGBTQ gaming convention being held in San Francisco this past weekend. Unfortunately, my finances did not actually allow me to go. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll win the lottery before they have the next one, or maybe they'll have the next one in New York, because that would, or somewhere, Chicago, anywhere a little closer than San Francisco. I just couldn't afford to fly across the entire country and then stay at a really expensive hotel for a few nights. Also, if I was going to go all the way to San Francisco, I didn't want to just go to GaymerX. I would like to go see, like, downtown, the Castro, waterfront, the Golden Gate Bridge, the park. Like, I'd want to do some touristy things, because how often am I ever going to get to go to San Francisco again? So I've been just keeping an eye on everybody's Twitter and Facebook posts, and it seems like everybody's having a great time, and the whole event is a huge success, which is super awesome. And hopefully they'll do it again, and maybe I'll get to go next time. Fingers crossed. As for gaming, I first wanted to address, in my last podcast, I was talking about people cheating at Animal Crossing, and how I thought that was ridiculous, and I don't cheat at Animal Crossing, except that I sort of do, but not really, and I would just like to defend my cheating, which of course I don't have to do now that I have it on the 3DS. It's on a portable system again, I can carry it around with me, but whenever I would travel, I would always have to go back in time so that I would make sure to play every day, because I can't not play Animal Crossing every day. So when I would get back from a vacation, I would always have to, like, rewind my clock and just play every day to water my flowers and make sure everything was kosher. Because I don't want to leave it alone for a few days, because then people move out, flowers die, whatever. I don't consider that cheating, because I'm not jumping ahead, I'm not duplicating items, I'm not cheating to get extra bells. I'm just adjusting the clock a little bit so that I can play the days when I would have played if I was home with my console. But now that it's on the handheld again, it doesn't matter, and I can just play it every day wherever I am. I can bring it with me. But I would also like to say that I don't normally cheat at video games. I mean, everybody goes and looks up a FAQ to look to see how to solve that puzzle, or where you're supposed to go next in this level, or that sort of thing. And I don't really consider that cheating. That's just sort of, you know, asking your friend, hey, what am I supposed to do next? And then they say, oh, you're supposed to go across that bridge and then up the cliff there. And you're like, oh, okay. I couldn't figure it out. It's just the internet is your friend now that you ask. There is one time when I did actually enter in a cheat code, and I will freely admit this. I did enter in a cheat code when I was playing Tomb Raider 2 on the PlayStation. I remember getting to the very end boss, and then, like, not having any ammo. Like, I used up too much ammo, and the final boss was like that big dragon thing or whatever, and I was just like, crap, I don't have enough ammo. So, there was a cheat where, and it was kind of hilarious, because you basically have to, like, jump, turn, kick, punch, whatever, like, you had to do certain things, so you watch her do this little animation, and then suddenly you had full ammo of every single kind. So, it's not like I gave myself invulnerability or anything. I had no trouble beating the boss, it's just that I was out of ammo, and I couldn't just use the unlimited ammo in the pistols. Like, that was I tried. Wasn't happening. I said, I need my better weapons, and so I said, forget it, I will just cheat, enter in this code, refill all my ammo, and then I will beat him. And it's not like it was super easy anyway. It was just, you know, a little bit of a cheat. But I've never done, like, you know, God mode or anything where you're just, like, completely invulnerable, because that takes all of the challenge out of the game. So I am against cheating, mostly. I've only cheated a little bit. Everybody's cheated a little bit, I'm sure, right? none of you have never cheated. Has anyone out there ever, never, ever, ever cheated? Then you can throw a stone. Oh, also I wanted to talk about a new game that I picked up. I finally caved and bought Attack of the Friday Monsters. Because, I mean, Level 5 is fantastic, and they released a bunch of games for the 3DS to the eShop, and, like, I wasn't really sure. I was interested in Attack of the Friday Monsters and also the spaceship one. But Attack of the Friday Monsters really appealed to me, and what I'd read about it, it just sounded wonderful. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I am playing it really, really slowly in little bursts because, as I understand, there's only a few hours of gameplay, which is annoying because it costs like $8, but I don't want to rush through it too quickly. I want to be able to savor it, so I'm playing it slowly. But I was thinking I'd wait for it to like go on discount or something, and maybe it would just be like $5, but I was like, ah, fine. But that's why I waited so long, because I wanted to make sure like the reviews were good and stuff before I went and dropped $8 on something that was only going to be 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. But I'm loving it. You're a little boy, and you run around your little town in Japan, and you're just talking to your friends, and you're having like a little... It's just like this wonderful little adventure game, and you just run around, and there's little puzzles to solve, and little missions to do for people. There's been no giant monsters yet. I'm looking forward to that. I'm assuming they'll wait to the end of the game for the giant monsters, but so far it's super cute and adorable, and I'm really rather enjoying it. It's a very nice, calm, leisurely, laid-back kind of game, and I like those. They're a nice change of pace. That's why I like Animal Crossing. It's very leisurely, laid back. You're not like, like I am when I play Mii Force now, because it finally got to a level where it was actually a little bit more difficult, and 4 was not enough, and it turned out 6 street passes wasn't enough. I think I finally did it when I had 8 street passes. That gave me enough extra attachments that I could lose them and still stay going right up to the final boss, and I finally beat it. Turns out you do get to try the level over again, but only 3 times. And then he says, sorry, you have to go street past more people and try again. Which is annoying, because I'm not very good at shooters. So Mii Force is starting to turn into the one that I like the least now. But yeah, Attack of the Friday Monsters, if you're into that sort of adventure game style, definitely check it out on the 3DS. And on the other end of the spectrum, I also this week downloaded, last week I downloaded Crackdown on the Xbox 360 because that's the free game with gold for the beginning of August. I don't know if it's any good. I've been told that it's kind of fun. It's fine. It's one of those open-world adventure games that I will clearly never ever finish, because I never finish any open-world games like that. But it's free, so you might as well download it and give it a shot. And I figure, I always say, you know, if I don't finish it, it's like, well, I feel like I got my $40 or $50 worth of enjoyment out of it. Or if I only paid $20 for it, I got $20 worth of enjoyment out of it. So, even if I only play it for 10 minutes, that's $0 worth of enjoyment. I feel like I will have gotten my money's worth for this free game. As opposed to the $8 for 2 hours of gameplay. I will pay $0 for as many as I can manage. We'll see. So I'm looking forward to later this month is Dead Rising 2, even though I never actually did finish Dead Rising 1. I sort of bought it like really cheap, and then started it, and then something else came out, and I just put it on the side, and it joined all those other games on the shelf that I mean to finish one day. Alright, well I should probably go get playing some games then. They're not going to play themselves. That would be weird if they did. That would be really creepy. That would be very good AI. I'll see you next week. Bye.